So we have no reason to believe that Mr. Kotick and Activision would put Call of Duty on a subscription service like Game Pass for any length of time or day and date if this transaction is not completed, right?
Correct.
You also say that Microsoft had announced in January that they had 25 million subscribers and that you were expecting a larger number given all the money they have spent. That was accurate when you said it, right?
It was.
And when you were speaking to investors, you compared that number to your 50 million PS Plus subscribers, didn't you?
I did.
And you say, we believe we have a meaningful subscription service, correct?
Correct.
So what did you mean by we believe we have a meaningful subscription service?
Exactly what I said. That we believe we have a strong and healthy PlayStation Plus subscription business.
I want you to look at RX20.
Yeah, I have RX.
Okay. Is this your most recent co-marketing agreement between Sony Interactive Entertainment and Activision Publishing regarding Call of Duty?
I believe so.
Do they have an obligation today to keep Call of Duty games on your platform?
They do.
That extends through 2024 or until 2024?
Until the end of 2024.
And did you ever ask Activision whether you've put the current version of COD into your subscription service?
No.
Why not?
We have no particular. Our PlayStation Plus model for us is about catalog games, a strong range of catalog games. And we knew that Bobby had been very public and very vocal that he did not see that as a route he wanted to take Activision Blizzard.
So you didn't ask because you thought there was no way he would even consider putting the current Call of Duty into your content subscription service or put it in day and date.
Right.
And you then said that you never asked Activision to put the current Call of Duty games in day and date because you thought you knew Mr. Kotick would never agree to it, right?
I certainly said the first part of that sentence. Yes, I agree.
Do you think Mr. Kotick would have agreed to it?
I don't know, but I don't believe he would have agreed to it.
You did have some supply chain constraints when you were trying to sell PS5s in 2021.
Correct.
Is that the time period when you saw Xbox sales do better for a short-term period than PS5 sales?
Correct.
Otherwise, can you name a time period where Xbox sales materially exceeded PlayStation 5 sales?
No.
How long was that time period where Xbox sales were larger than the PS5 sales?
I believe about 3 months.
Microsoft has offered most recently to agree to keep Call of Duty games on your platform for at least 10 years, correct?
Correct. Publishers are fully incentivized to publish on PlayStation platforms.
Being developing a very robust cloud platform, for example, that pleases customers is quite difficult, isn't it?
Yes.
You consider it a platform, or do you consider it just a service provided?
We consider it as a service component of PlayStation Plus.
You've had your service since 2014,
Which service?
your cloud streaming service.
The present PlayStation Plus component of cloud gaming has been in existence since last year.
Right, but you had a form of cloud streaming service that you
Right.
started in 2014, correct?
Correct.
And that means you've had that service 8 years at least available in some form to
PlayStation.
gamers.
I'm not sure. I'd like to reserve judgment on when we introduced PlayStation Now, which was the cloud gaming service.
We'll go over that in a moment. But you've had it out there for numerous years.
For a few years. Yeah.
It's not used by a large percentage of your gamers, right?
PlayStation Now had a subscriber base of 3 million.
That's not very many for
In the
your
context
business.
of our business, no.
When do you think it will become a commercial success or a significant part of your business?
I would say, again, between the answer to that question obviously depends on how you define significant. But I would say that cloud technology will become a meaningful component of how gamers access games between 2025 and 2035.
And you can't give it more,
I don't think there's anybody.
narrower time period.
I don't think there's anybody in the world that could.
And so you don't think the cloud gaming technology is at a tipping point and will be developed and successful in the next 3 years?
That's certainly not what I said. We're making significant investments in cloud in anticipation of it becoming a very meaningful way in the way that gamers access gaming content.
Speaking on behalf of SIE, do you believe Nintendo is in the console market?
Nintendo sells consoles.
That doesn't answer my question.
So, yes, they are in the console market, but they are not our direct competitor.
Someone from your organization commented that cloud gaming is always 5 to 6 years away, no matter when you read an article. Do you see that?
I do.
Do you agree that it's very difficult to determine when great cloud gaming will be available?
I'd certainly agree that it's different.
The only other console that Call of Duty is available on is Xbox, correct?
Correct.
Do you compete with Xbox in negotiating for Activision content?
We do.
As far as you know, does Xbox have a licensing agreement with Activision that covers Call of Duty?
As far as I know, they do.
Yesterday, you testified that Activision has no incentive to remove games from PlayStation because PlayStation provides such a large installed base. Do you recall that testimony?
I do.
Activision is an independent publisher, as we've discussed, correct?
Correct.
SAE believes that Microsoft would have different incentives if it owns Activision's content, because Microsoft is Sony's direct platform competitor. Is that right?
Correct.
You said earlier today that Activision's experience publishing on Nintendo was not successful. Do you recall saying that?
Yes.
What did you mean by that?
I meant that the sales. I believe it was in the context of Call of Duty. The sales of the Call of Duty SKU were not significant. They have not published on Nintendo platforms for 10 years.
Based on your role at SAA, did you have a sense for why Call of Duty sales on Nintendo were not successful?
My opinion would be that the game was aimed at a very different audience to the standard Nintendo audience that enjoys Mario and Zelda, but not Call of Duty. It's my opinion.
And that opinion's based on your experience in the industry.
Yes,
NBA 2K is a AAA game.
in my opinion, yes.
Spider-Man,
In my opinion, yes.
FIFA,
In my opinion, yes.
Hogwarts Legacy,
In my opinion, yes.
God of War Ragnarok,
In my opinion, yes.
Final Fantasy 16.
In my opinion, yes.
Okay, that concludes the testimony. How do you want to go about admitting the exhibits?
That is what I was going to,
Do you have a list?
on it. Yes, we have a list of.
And then does Microsoft have a list as well? We can just read them into the record. All right, FTC. So why don't you list the exhibits you want admitted?
Certainly, Your Honor. Do you want me to just list the exhibit numbers or describe what they are?
No, just the number.
Oh, excellent. That's PX 8001, PX 3109, PX 3106, PX 3110. And we would also like to move to admit the underlying Jim Ryan deposition transcripts. Those are PX 7053 and PX 7054.
Okay, those are all admitted.
We have a few more, Your Honor. PX 3106.
She mentioned that one.
Okay, sorry, 3109.
That she also mentioned that one.
All right, 3110.
Ah, you're struck out.
All right, keep trying. I only have a few. I believe 8001 was already in. Is that right?
Already one.
Zeros RX 0020,
There is it. Okay.
RX 0070, RX 0079, RX 1162, RX 2064, and RX 2163. And I guess the RX should have been blue.
Okay, those are all admitted as well.
Thank you.
All right. Ms. Knox, are you okay to just go? Is everyone okay just to go since you were working, but not the same way? All right, Ms. Weens, are you okay if we just go? All right. Is the FTC then prepared to call your next witness?
Yes, we are, Your Honor. The Federal Trade Commission is going to call Professor Robin Lee. Professor Lee's direct testimony is being presented by written declaration.